Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I have a thrifted craft haul, mostly paper products and some beading, a couple of stamps to share with you guys. Again, one of my mom's neighbors is helping kind of a friend of a friend clean out a house, and there's a lot of craft supplies, so we've been helping find new homes and for the craft supplies. We've been taking some of the items. There's been yarn because there was a couple of ladies that lived in the house. So there's, a couple different craft areas that these ladies were into. So there's been yarn and material and a lot of paper crafting stuff, which is of course what I like to do. So I've been grabbing some of that stuff and then also some of the beading stuff. And if we can't use the supplies, because sometimes they come in with just a massive amount of boxes. I'm not quite sure how big this house was, and I guess there was also a storage unit. There's just way more than what most of us will ever use in our lifetime. And so we've been passing it on to the women's shelter because they've been taking some of the yarn and some of the material because they have a couple of ladies there that like to craft with those kind of things. And also we've been giving a lot to a forest school where the kids spend part of their day outside for school, but they also do some craft activities inside. And so they're always in need of craft supplies. So we've been donating a lot of stuff to them. And then also my mom has another cousin who does a lot of jewelry making. So we've been giving them a lot of the beadwork stuff, or the beading that I don't take, and or the nicer beads, I guess the more like pony style beads and some of the cheaper plastic beads we've been donating to the school for the kids. And I guess before I get going on the haul or the stuff that I picked out, I did want to let you guys know, for those of you who watch my channel regularly, I talk about my mom's friend Joanne and neighbor. They're really close. They get together usually once a week and they knit and they crochet, and they also go thrifting together and rummaging together. And, a couple of times Joanne has come up to where I live with my mom we go thrifting, and we'll sit and craft and knit. They knit and I paper craft. But I have unfortunate news. She did pass away. And it was actually the day that I posted my last craft video of stuff that I got from her. So it's kind of been a little tough, especially for my mom. It was unexpected. And so yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But I did want to let you guys know that Joanne did pass away. So I know I've gotten a lot of wonderful things from her through the years. I know after she kind of saw my craft room and she's like, oh, you have lots of space. So, I mean, she's been graciously cleaning out some of her stuff. She had a lot of laces and trims and stuff in her stash. And so she's been gifting me a lot of things. And so I've gotten to know her really well over probably the last year and a half. And so it's been, a little tough for us just knowing that she passed. But I am going to get into the video now. So anyways, the stuff that I got today to share with you in the haul is mostly some paper crafting stuff and also some beadwork. And I did pick out, I had like 4 or 5 like banker boxes full of craft supplies to go through this time, of stuff that my mom thought I would be interested in. And so I kind of narrowed it down to maybe a box and a half of stuff, because there was so much stuff that I had to donate some of it back to some of those other things that I've talked about, and a few things is going to the thrift store also. And I won't show you guys what I didn't keep. I'm just showing you guys what I decided to keep. So I did decide to keep there was a lot of stamps, but this time I only kept 2 things. These 2 sets. This is like a cubed one. And I believe this was Embossing Arts Company. I have a few of these stamps, but I thought it was really cute with the polar bear on there and the the little envelope mailbox thing. And so I kept that one, and then I liked some of the little sentiments on this one, the stamp set for winter things, so I did keep that one. There was also a pretty good stack of papers, bigger size papers, and I do apologize, my camera's going in and out, and I don't know, my autofocus is having problems, and I am saving money for a new camera so that I can hopefully not have this issue anymore. So I'm going to put this in there. It seems to be mostly having issues when I have a lot of white background. And anyways, going back to this paper, there was a lot of paper. And I kept the neutral ones. These are bigger size papers, so I did keep some of the neutral ones. This is just a small pile of it. It was about this thick. I just kept some of them out because the rest I've already put away in my stash. There was a small pile of like old, like vintage felt, and this is so soft that I had to keep it. I will just use it for backing when I make flowers, but it was really soft, so I did decide to keep it because, like I said, it was vintage and it was kind of old. There was a little white measuring tape, and I do kind of with blue on the back side, and I do keep these whenever I find them. Sometimes I like to cut them up and use them on projects, and then I usually like to have a couple in my craft room, so I'm not quite sure if I'll keep this one or if it'll end up being cut up, but I did decide to keep that. There was a ton of like confetti and snowflake stuff. I did keep in this bag, I think there's some buttons, and I kept some of them, but I also passed on to the kids at the school a few more of these because I didn't think I needed that many. I kept like 1, 2, 3, 4 packages of little snowflake buttons. I also kept a couple of confetti that were shaped like snowflakes. Again, there must have been like 10 or 15 packages of these, and I gave the rest away to the kids to play with. And there was a lot of stickers this time around. I did keep just these two that had the laser cut snowflakes ones because I really did like these snowflakes. They're kind of delicate and pretty. A lot of the stickers were, to me, felt a little bit more geared towards children, and I don't do a lot with stickers, so I did give all of the stickers back other than those couple I took out. And let's see what else here I have to show you guys. I did want to show you a couple of the things that I'm not quite sure who of the ladies that live there, but one of them did do a lot of beading and sold a lot of beading stuff. And so I just wanted to show you some of her work because there were some finished projects and then also some projects that were started. But like here's one of the projects, that little bracelet that she made, you know, and I know how much time and work goes into some of these things. And then I wanted to show you, she had this one that looked like she had finished. And there's some knotting, and I don't know if that's going to show around on the camera, but with this turquoise chain on it, and then she like finished it with a button. I'm not quite sure like if this was like wrapped around, you know, several times and somehow tied off with this as a bracelet. I'm not quite sure on that, so maybe if you guys know what something like this was worn for. It looks like stuff that, you know, colors from the 80s possibly on that one. You know, I kept some of the stuff that this lady had made. This is almost the same thing, but this one wasn't finished. Just to kind of show you, you know, she started off with a chain, which this one's black, and then she did kind of some of this knotting. There was this type of cord, and then there was some black also that got tied around it. And so I just wanted to show that. I know last time, I think, one of the other times I showed some more of the other stuff that she had made. This one had some fun little rhinestone hearts in them. And I don't know if she made these or not, because there were some like little ball things that she had made. with rhinestones on them. And these ones I just couldn't tell if they were handmade or if they were store-bought, but I thought they were really pretty, so I did keep them, and they're quite heavy, so they're pretty substantial. There were some clear mailing envelopes in the pile, so I kept those. There was a good pile of these little chip brushes, which I use these types of brushes all the time in my crafting and painting little things, so I did keep those. There was also a big pile of like kid brushes, paint brushes, and I passed on those. Here was another one that the lady had started and didn't finish. This one was had a little bit more to it, but I'll just kind of hold it up so you guys can kind of see. So I did keep that because I figure I could probably give new life to this, you know, use it on something collage style or on a junk journal. There were some fun little like handmade Santa Claus tags that I presume one of the ladies made. And so I did keep those because I thought they were kind of cute and I'll be able to use them at Christmas time. I did get another pile of charms. And I think the only ones that were in here were, there was butterflies and the little hearts. And so some of these I will keep and some of them I will pass on in Happy Mail when I send them out. But they do come in these cute little envelopes. And then I also thought the envelopes are really cute that they come in. There's like a little fold over thing that shows the charm, and then there's an envelope, and I love little envelopes for my junk journals. And then I did tell you guys that there was a lot of beads, and so I did keep some of them. And she had them all kind of sorted out in these little boxes. And so this one, the side of it says it was kind of pink colors, but then there's also some gold and some purple in here. So I kept that one. And this one was all kind of shades of blue. This one was lavender. And this one said medium lavender, but it looks like there's some other colors in there too. This one said yellow. This one said gold. And this one had some kind of black and gray ones in there. There was some red. And this one was cobalt blue. And then there was also some miscellaneous bags that I think were to go into these boxes that didn't make it yet. I'm not going to show you guys all that, but I did kind of go through it, and I kept the ones that I thought I might use. I still might pass on some of these to my mom's cousin who does jewelry making, but I had to make kind of some fast decisions about what I was going to keep, what I was going to pass on right away. So I did just keep the boxes so that I can kind of go through them a little bit better when I have more time. And then also that other pile that I have, which I'm not going to share with you guys. Otherwise, the video will take way too long. And then I'm not quite sure what this is. It says metallic effect yarn for embroidery and knitting. And I just thought it was interesting. I mean, it looks like you cut it open and then you just maybe pull it out of the package. But I just thought the little turquoise color was kind of pretty. So I did keep that one. It was just kind of a random thing that was in there. And then the last little pile is right here. And it's more just paper crafting stuff. Mostly envelopes. And there were, I'm not even kidding you guys, there was like a whole banker's box full of envelopes. And so I did pull out 2 of these ones. And unfortunately, I had just picked up a pile similar to I think it was this box right here, this size, at the thrift store, which I will show you guys that haul in probably another week or so. I do have plans to run to the thrift store. We're cleaning out our garage, and so I am going to be stopping at the thrift store, and I know that there's a couple things I had my eye on. So I'll probably wait till my next go round at the thrift store before I show you guys what I picked up myself personally that I bought. And unfortunately, one of the things was envelopes, and I didn't know I was getting all these envelopes, otherwise I wouldn't have bought them. But anyways, there was a huge banker's box full of envelopes. And there was, you know, quite a few this size, quite a few this size. I did pull out this set and another set. They're just white ones, invitation sized ones, because I'm going to give a couple to some of my friends that make cards. And so I did pull those out, but the rest I had to pass on because there's only so many envelopes of the same size you can keep, especially if you aren't making a ton of stuff and there's only so much room too. And I have quite a collection of envelopes already, so I couldn't keep all of the envelopes. There's a few more in this box here that I have off to the side to share with you guys. These ones were some sort of making memories envelope cards. They're called latch cards, and they're kind of in this gold color, and I decided to keep these. I thought they might make some pretty like fall themed cards, and it looks like there's a little latch that latches in on them, and I think there's 2 sets of those in this box. These ones also said Merry Christmas on them, and I kept these ones, and it looks like whoever made these says this may be the last of the printed cards, save for more cards, wreath chip cards, whatever that is, you know. So I think this lady also sold cards at craft sales along with, you know, the beading and stuff, but they're just cards that say Merry Christmas, and then they have a little sentiment on the inside, and they all say the same thing: may the blessings of Christmas bring you peace and joy throughout the new year. But I thought these ones would be some nice, quick and easy Christmas cards. I could still do some sort of die cutting or a couple bits of layers on this, and then the sentiments are already on there. So I kept those. I also thought too, if my husband decided, because he does wildlife photography, a couple of, you know, once in a while he will take a picture of something in the snow, and then we'll layer it on a card. So we could also use it for that, for him, if he decides to make any more. And let's see what else is in here. There were some more just like card bases, so I did keep those. There were some red envelopes and some little ivory colored envelopes. And I think, let's see, in this one, here was a card that the lady had made. You know, there are pieces and parts in there, so it's not a full card, but there was some other nice envelopes, so I did keep some of those. And I'm just trying to see, I don't know that there's anything else really exciting in the box. Another set of those making memory things. And then a few more envelopes. So I think I am going to be set on envelopes for quite a while. A few more card bases and some envelopes that are in colors in this one. So I think I'm going to be set for envelopes for quite a while. And so that is everything that I have to share with you guys from the haul that I got from one of my mom's neighbors. And again, I do have some thrift items actually to share with you guys that I've thrifted, and a couple things that my mom picked up for me too. But I'll do another haul maybe in a week or so, like I said, after because I'm for sure going to the thrift store tomorrow. And then probably on my way to Fargo again. So I'll probably have 2 more stops at a thrift store before I do a haul video for you guys. But I did want to share the few things that I picked up that were free, and then also for those of you who watch my channel regularly, I know, like I said, a few of you guys comment on the stuff that Joanne has gifted me over the years, and so I just wanted to let you know that she had passed. So yeah, I think that's everything for today. So hopefully you guys are finding some time to be crafty, and until next time, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and don't forget to hug those that you love. So until next time, take care.